Lesson 5. I like school.
Warm-up dialogue. Model life. I hate school.
When I was a student, sometimes I hated it too, but it wasn't all bad.
What did you like about it?
Well, I liked being with my friends. Some of them are still very close to me to this day.
But I like being with them better when we're not in school. Then we can do what we want to do.
I always enjoyed the challenge of learning new skills. I wouldn't be where I am today in my profession without them.
But I'm going to be a model. Models don't need to know math.
They do if they're not going to be cheated by their agents. They also need to learn to enjoy reading a good book because they sit around for many hours with nothing to do.
And I hate my teachers. They're too strict, and they assign too much homework.
Well, you have a point there, I guess. But aren't there some teachers that you like? I've heard you say some pretty good things about your English teacher.
Oh, he's all right, I guess. But I wish he taught something more interesting and more useful than English.
Questions. 1. Why doesn't Lisa like school? 2. Do you think any of her points are valid? Tell us why. 3. Does her father agree with her? Why or why not?
Pictures talk.
One. Question number 1. What subjects do most kids study in school? Question number 2. Do you know why kids today need to study so many things? Question number 3. Which is your favorite subject? What subject do you hate the most? Why?
2. Question number 1. Are you ever late for class? How often? Why? Question number 2. Have you ever been absent from school? Why? Question number 3. Do you sometimes hate going to school? What would you do instead?
3. Question number 1. Did you ever have an argument with any of your friends? What was it about? Question number 2. Did you then make up again? How? Question number 3. Do you usually apologize when you think you are wrong?
4. Question number 1. Do you like school lunches? Why or why not? Question number 2. What is your favorite food? Question number 3. Do you care about how many calories you consume? Why or why not?
5. Question number 1. What is happening? Question number 2. Does your school have a field day every year? Question number 3. Did you ever compete for your class on field day? How well did you do?
6. Question number 1. Have you ever thought about joining Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts? What decision did you reach? Why? Question number 2. Talk about the Scouting objectives as you understand them. Question number 3. What can people learn in Scouts? Answer me. 1. Good teacher.
What do you think about your new teacher?
He is very strict with us in the class, but he becomes friendly and loving after class. I'm very confused.
He has a good reputation among students. He wants to see them study hard and accomplish their dreams.
But I want him to be friendly and loving in the classroom too. It might be better.
Questions. 1. Talk about one of your teachers. Is he or she friendly or strict? 2. Does that teacher ever discipline you? How? Do you agree or disagree with his or her methods? 3. What have you learned from that teacher?
2. Mathematical certainty. I hate math. I don't understand why we have to learn it.
That's interesting. I liked it very much when I was in school.
Really? I don't believe you. I can already add, subtract, divide, and multiply. That should be enough math for anybody.
Unfortunately, that's not enough. Higher math helps us develop our logic and reasoning ability. And there's only one right answer.
Questions. 1. Do you like math? Why or why not? 2. Why is it important to learn math in school? 3. Do you know how people can improve their math skills? 3. Class act.
I can't wait until the next English class. I like it very much.
Really? I'm confused. There are too many irregular verbs.
Yes, it's hard to learn at first, but I like my English teacher.
Why?
She is Jamaican and very friendly. She tries to encourage me and is always ready to correct my mistakes without making me feel stupid.
Questions. 1. Do you like English? Why or why not? 2. Are you afraid of speaking English? 3. How do you study English? Do your parents help you? Do you go to a language institute?
4. No more phone. I tried to call you. Why didn't you answer me?
I'm sorry. My mom took away my phone.
Why? What did you do wrong?
Nothing really, but when she got me the phone, I promised to get better grades.
We got our report cards last week. What happened?
Well, my grades were about the same, so Mom said I broke my promise.
Is there anything I can do to help you study? Questions. 1. Should the possession of a mobile phone depend on something beyond Dilbert's ability? 2. Who was wrong initially, Dilbert or his mom, in setting the conditions? Or was nobody wrong? 3. When your parents got a phone for you, did they attach any conditions? What were they? Let's talk more.
1. The best policy.
My teacher has a great attitude towards discipline. He says, "Be honest, and I will forgive you for anything you've done. But if you lie, watch out." I think that's a very fair and just approach. All we have to do is be honest. Honesty guarantees no punishment under any circumstances. But if we do something wrong and then lie about it, we just make matters worse.
Questions. 1. Do you agree with the teacher's rule? 2. What seems to be the attitude of your teacher? 3. What is your parents' approach towards discipline?
2. Why play? Like many other kids my age, I'm forced to spend many hours a week taking piano lessons and then practicing at home. I wish I had musical talent, but I know I don't have any, so I'm just bored. My mother insists that I continue, however. She tells me that someday I'll be glad I can play well. It will help you in the future, she says. If you stop now, you'll regret it later. I know she wanted to take lessons when she was a girl, but her family couldn't afford them. So she wants me to have the opportunity that she missed. I'm sorry about Mom because she is naturally musical and probably would have been a very gifted pianist. But I'm not talented in that area at all. Questions. 1. What do you do after school? 2. Do you participate in after-school activities voluntarily, or do your parents push you into them? 3. What activity are you the most interested in?
3. Envious friend.
I'm very envious of my best friend. He is not only athletically gifted, but he also gets good grades and is extremely popular with everyone. He tries to reassure me, telling me that I'm smart and good-looking and that I too have many friends. But he's just being nice because he's my friend. I know that I only get average grades and that I'm too shy to have a lot of friends, but it's nice to have one who is such a good friend.
Questions.
1. Do you have many friends? Describe them. 2. Do you think you are popular in school? Why do you feel that way? 3. What is the difference between kids who are popular and those who aren't?
4. Famous label. Yesterday I saw Sally. She was wearing new jeans with a famous designer brand. I thought they looked wonderful on her and told her so. I also told her that my parents wouldn't buy me designer clothes. They think that famous labels don't add anything to the clothes that they are on, except the price. I was surprised to find out that her parents feel the same way. But she saved money out of her allowance until she had enough money to buy them on her own. So I'm going to try to do that too. I wonder how long it will take until I have enough to get some cool jeans like hers. Questions. 1. Do you like to wear top brand clothes? Why or why not? 2. Do your parents like you to wear them? 3. Do you think it is worth paying so much money for a brand name? Real talk. Busy work. I wish I could go see a movie with my friends right now.
You might be able to do that this weekend, but not tonight. You have too much to do.
I know. That's the problem.
What's the problem?
I have too much to do. I have too much homework and too many subjects at school.
I felt the same way when I was your age.
But I also have to take piano lessons and go to the gym every day.
Those activities should be fun, don't you think?
And I have to read so many books. I can't even find time to chat freely with my friends. This isn't any fun at all.
Well, being a student is your job right now. I'm overworked too, you know. Everybody is busy in modern life, so you might as well get used to it.
Questions. 1. Does Doris like being so busy? Explain why or why not. 2. Is her dad busy also? 3. What would Doris rather do with her time? Read me.
Different lives. Do American students have to spend as much time studying as Korean students? The lives of Korean and American kids are different in many ways. They both spend about the same number of days in school, and their time in class is very similar too. They even study the same subjects for the most part. But American classes are usually smaller and more interactive. Discussion is more common than lectures. The real difference, though, is what they do when class is finished for the day. Many Americans are involved in what are called extracurricular activities. These voluntary projects may be playing sports or a musical instrument, or painting or doing community work. So kids often stay at school an hour or two after class. But then they usually go home and do whatever homework they have, but are still able to spend a lot of time with their friends or watch television or play computer games. They have very free lives compared to their Korean counterparts. But they also score lower on the regular standardized tests. They waste a lot of time having fun when they could be setting up the foundations of their lives. What both cultures need is to be a bit more like the other, so American kids could become better students and Korean kids could enjoy their childhood more. Questions. 1. Compare an American kid's lifestyle with yours. 2. What are the advantages of each way of doing things? 3. What are the disadvantages of each way?